You probably know someone like this. They argue the loudest, learn the slowest, and somehow always think they're the smartest person in the room. Today, we're not talking about book smarts. We're not talking about school grades. We're talking about the 5 behavioral signs that actually reveal low intelligence. And science backs every single one. Sign number 3 is going to make you uncomfortable because most people do it without even realizing. Sign number 1, they can't handle being wrong. High IQ people update their beliefs when new information comes in. Low IQ people double down. Psychologists call this belief perseverance, and it's not stubbornness, it's actually a cognitive limitation. When your brain can't quickly process and reconcile new information, the easier move is to reject it entirely. You see this everywhere. Someone presents facts, and instead of engaging with them, the person gets louder, more emotional, more defensive. The volume goes up because the logic isn't there. Intelligence isn't knowing everything. It's being comfortable saying I was wrong. Watch how someone reacts to being corrected. That'll tell you more than any IQ test. Sign number 2, they confuse confidence with competence. Ever met someone who's absolutely certain about everything, but consistently wrong? There's a well-studied psychological phenomenon called the Dunning-Kruger Effect. The less someone actually knows about a topic, the more confident they tend to feel, because they don't know enough to know what they don't know. Meanwhile, genuinely smart people tend to second-guess themselves more, because they can see how complex a topic really is. So here's the pattern to watch. Low IQ people give instant, confident answers to complicated questions. High IQ people pause. They say, it depends. They ask follow-up questions before answering. Certainty on complex topics isn't a flex, it's a flag. Sign number 3, they think in black and white. This is the one I warned you about. Low intelligence thinking is almost always binary. Good or bad, with us or against us, always or never. There's no middle, no nuance. No, it's complicated. This isn't just a personality thing. Cognitive research consistently shows that the ability to hold 2 conflicting ideas at once, what's called dialectical thinking, is directly tied to higher cognitive function. When someone says things like, you're either loyal or you're a traitor, or if you don't agree with me 100%, you're the enemy. That's not passion. That's a brain that literally struggles to process complexity. Real intelligence lives in the gray areas, and a lot of Americans, raised on 24-hour news and algorithm-fed outrage, have had their nuance slowly trained out of them. That's not an insult. It's a warning. Sign number 4. They blame everything on outside forces. Psychologists measure something called locus of control. Basically, do you believe you drive your outcomes, or does life just happen to you? Lower cognitive function strongly correlates with an external locus of control, blaming bad luck, other people, the system, the economy for every failure, without ever asking, what could I have done differently? This isn't about toxic positivity. Systems are rigged sometimes. Luck is real, but the inability to ever locate personal responsibility in any outcome, that's a thinking problem, not just an attitude problem. Smart people ask, what was my role in this, even when the answer is uncomfortable? Sign number 5, they mistake activity for progress. Last one, and this one hits different in hustle culture America. Low IQ behavior isn't always lazy. Sometimes it's being endlessly busy while going nowhere, confusing motion with direction. The cognitive skill behind effective planning is called executive function, the ability to set a goal, break it into steps, and actually execute in sequence. It's one of the clearest markers of general intelligence. People who lack this keep starting over. They pivot constantly. They have energy but no system. They're always working, always stressed, never building. Busyness without strategy is just expensive chaos. So, which of these did you recognize in yourself? Because honestly, we all have moments. The difference is whether you notice it. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. I'll see you in the next one.